Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a concise look into HDFC Bank's 2023-24 Integrated Annual Report.
That's right.
Our mission basically is to pull out the key insights, how they're doing, what their big strategies look like.
And the headline, really you can't miss it, is that huge merger with HDFC Limited.
Yeah.
The report really spells out how this brought everything together. The bank, the housing finance giant, plus subsidiaries like HDFC Life, HDFC, AMC,
Right.
creating a financial services powerhouse.
Right.
Especially, with those famous home loans.
Exactly. And it feels like it's not just about getting bigger. The report talks a lot about creating value for all stakeholders.
Holistic value. Customers, businesses, employees, even the nation.
Yeah, and they're hitting notes on innovation, efficiency, customer focus, standard stuff, but seems core here.
Wow.
So let's get into the numbers. What do they actually show?
Well, the numbers definitely show significant growth. I mean, the balance sheet size jumped nearly 47%.
Okay, 47%.
Yeah. And profit after tax, the actual bottom line, that's up almost 38%.
Yeah.
Big increases, too, in deposits and advances, which is their lending.
Huge growth, then. Any specific ratios that stand out?
Sure. Earnings per share is up 8.2% to 85.8. Return on equity, a key one, is sitting at 16.1%, pretty healthy.
Okay.
And their cost-to-income ratio, around 40.2%, suggests they're, managing costs okay relative to income.
Right. But we should probably mention, these numbers, they really reflect that merger kicking in from July 2023, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. It's baked in. You have to read the 2024 figures with that context. Merger is, it's the game changer.
So looking beyond the raw numbers, what about strategy? How are they making this merger work?
It seems they're really playing on those synergies, taking HDFC Limited's deep home loan know-how and plugging it into HDFC Bank's massive distribution network.
Makes sense.
And the report actually highlights this. Something like 85% of incremental home loans, the new ones, are going to existing HDFC Bank customers.
Oh, interesting. So cross-selling is working post-merger.
Looks like it. And then there's the whole digital transformation piece.
Right, that's huge everywhere. What are they doing?
Well, the stat that jumps out is 97% of transactions being digital. That's massive.
97, okay.
Yeah. And platforms like their Smart Wealth, WhatsApp Banking, PayZapp 2.0, they're seeing really high adoption rates.
Yeah.
Millions of users, interactions.
So customers are definitely on board with the digital shift.
Seems so.
Yeah.
But interestingly, they're not abandoning physical branches. They added over 900 last year.
Over 900 still.
Yeah. And crucially, more than half were in semi-urban and rural areas. So it looks like a dual approach, digital reach plus physical presence, especially outside the big cities.
That's quite a balance. What else strategically? Sustainability seems to be mentioned more and more in these reports.
It is. They've got a target. Carbon neutral by FY 2031-32.
Ambitious.
Yeah, and they say they're integrating ESG, that's environmental, social, governance risks, into credit checks. Plus, they issued their first sustainable bond internationally.
So tangible actions, not just targets.
Exactly. And on the social side, their CSR arm, Para Vartan, it's reached over 10 core beneficiaries. Huge numbers.
Wow. Across education, healthcare, skills. A broad impact.
Definitely. And the report also touches on how the subsidiaries are doing HDFC Life securing millions of lives. HDFC Securities launching a new flat-fee broking app, HDFC SKY. They all contribute.
Okay, so pulling it all together. The merger is obviously the defining event, driving massive growth and new capabilities, particularly in home loans.
For sure.
And strategically, they're pushing hard on digital, but also physical reach, sustainability, and social responsibility. It's a multi-pronged approach.
It really is. They're integrating all these pieces. Strong focus on risk management and governance underneath it all, too, as you'd expect.
So the final thought, then, considering this huge scale, this integration.
Yeah, the big question, I suppose, for listeners to think about is, how does HDFC Bank keep this momentum going? How do they navigate, the changing financial world, maintain growth, and deepen these ESG and customer commitments? What new opportunities, but also maybe what new challenges could pop up from this really powerful combination in the next few years? Something to mull over.